evening. Thank you very much for covering the press conference today. My name is Adam Andrzejewski, and I'm the chairman of American Transparency. At American Transparency, we are the world's largest repository of public spending. We've got 2.3 billion lines of individual government transactions at the federal, state, and local level across the country. Our honorary chairman is former U.S. Senator Dr. Tom Coburn, and we're happy today to call this press conference. It's very important. Long before the $762,000 lump sum severance package, there were 8 contracts, addendums, and extension of College of DuPage President Dr. Robert Breuder's contract. And we have identified potential Open Meetings Act violations every time the COD Board acted. We call on DuPage County State's Attorney Bob Berlin to investigate and prosecute each violation of the Act. At this point, only DuPage County State's Attorney Bob Berlin actually has the power to investigate and stop the Open Meetings Act violations related to the College of DuPage President Robert Breuder's contract. The students, taxpayers, and citizens deserve clarity on whether or not over $4 million of compensation flowing to Dr. Robert Breuder between the years of 2009 and 2016 is in fact legal. Did the College of DuPage Board of Trustees violate the law every time they conferred up to $4 million of total compensation to Dr. Robert Breuder? We present 124 pages of evidence that raise real questions about each of the 8 contract extensions, addendums, and the employment agreement itself. As the top lawyer in DuPage County, Bob Berlin has a fiduciary duty to investigate and prosecute the violations to the fullest extent of the law. And here's why it's important. College of DuPage is a community college. It serves the strivers, the hardworking, middle class, and working class families in this county and 2 other counties, sections of Cook County and Will County. Last year alone in DuPage County, there were 10,000 families that were delinquent on their property tax bill and therefore faced a property tax sale. It's very important that all of our units of government operate in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. The Open Meetings Act is important because it ensures, and it is the safeguard, that the public's business is done publicly and not in private. And so we call on the state's attorney, as the top lawyer in the county, to enforce the law. I'm happy today to introduce one of the citizens that has followed this circumstance for the last 4 years. Her name is Rinda Allison. And last Friday, and she'll describe the process that she's been through over the course of the last 4 years in pursuing these Open Meetings Act violations over at the College of DuPage. Without further ado, Rinda Allison.
Without further ado, thank you, Adam. My name is Rinda Allison. In 2011, I went to 2 College of DuPage board meetings, one in the end of May and one in early July. After each of them, I filed an Open Meetings Act complaint. The first one was accepted by the office here, by Bob Berlin's office, and that had to do with de-annexation of property, of the College of DuPage property from the village of Glen Ellyn. That had not been on the agenda, and the state's attorney's office found that was a violation of the Open Meetings Act to discuss and act on that without placing that on the agenda in any way. After the second meeting, the next day, I read in the paper that the board had extended Dr. Breuder's contract, and I'd been at that meeting, had heard nothing about it, seen nothing on the agenda, and was astounded. So I then filed a second objection, Open Meetings Act complaint, filed that one eventually with Lisa Madigan's office, and nothing happened. The college attorneys replied, I replied to the college attorneys, and then it sat there for 4 years. And then last February, I got a call or a letter from the state's attorney's office saying, did I still want to pursue this from 2011? And you can be surprised. I said, hell yes, I do want to pursue that. And so they did, and in April they said, well, we find our decision, and it's on the counselor's office, and you'll hear from us eventually. and eventually became last Friday when I did get the email saying, yes, they did find that this extension of the contract was in fact a violation of the Open Meetings Act. So I didn't do anything over those years except wonder, and it came out all right in the end, that part of it. So that's my story, Andy. Here you are.
Excellent. Very good.
Thank you.
Outstanding.